Suspenders tightened up.
Right, standing up, bracing himself.
This is big. This is big. Now they got those safeties deep again.
Second and 10. Warner has
That's where you
time.
go.
Fitzgerald into Steeler territory. 30, 20, 10. Arizona has the lead.
Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup presented by Steel City Blitz. If you dig our content, please subscribe and follow us on Twitter. Where were you on February 1st, 2009? I know where I was. Ben Roethlisberger knew where he was. He was in Tampa, Florida. He found his team suddenly down 3 points in a game that they had led for the entirety of. Just 3 years earlier, the 23-year-old version of Big Ben was carried to the podium by a tenacious defense and savvy vets, in the process becoming the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, mostly in spite of his play. But on this day, he found himself with 2.5 minutes on the clock and a chance at redemption on the highest stage. Could he do it? First play, Ben waits and is forced to dump it off to Meweldy for a short gain. As was so often the case on this day, the offensive line is just that, offensive, and commits a holding penalty. Back it up. First and 20. Ben can't find anyone open and is under pressure at the goal line, but he escapes and somehow finds Santonio. Pretty much everything is terrifying and dangerous on this play, but he makes it work as he usually did in these days. Huge play. Ugh, no, you've got plenty of time. Let it just go to the 2-minute warning, you idiot. You don't even have time to make sure you're set. There's plenty of time. Ugh. I've seen Ben do this several times in his career, and it always drives me nuts. For a guy who's excellent at the 2-minute drill, he never thinks he has enough time left. Wasted play. Third and 6, Ben waits and delivers another strike to Santonio to get the first down of the drive. Officially on the move. Next play, a little crosser to my guy Nate the Great Washington, who always seemed to have clutch catches. Always liked him and glad he went on to have a long career. First down. Chris Kmayatu gets killed on the pass rush, as he often did. Trust me, we're just lucky this wasn't a hole or an idiotic late hit, and Ben is forced to scramble for a couple. Ben was looking for one guy on this drive, and we all know who it was. One of the most memorable plays of my football watching career. I can still remember exactly how Al Michaels says,
Francisco falls down!
And the moment still gives me chills. Santonio was outstanding with the ball in his hands and was always dangerous once he got moving. One of those guys with a punt returner type mentality. Awesome play and puts the Steelers on the attack. Ben waits, pumps, and throws a laser to Santonio, who can't make the catch. I can't recall exactly, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess my uncles and I were probably shouting things like, "Will you just throw it to Hines?" and other things that would momentarily become moot. But honestly, I've always held the belief that this catch was actually way easier and he should have scored here. In the moment you wonder, was that the chance?
Lined up to the right side. Miller slot left. Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Unbelievable!
Incredible!
But you know what I always say. Karma is real. And come on, Todd Haley is on the Cardinals coaching staff. This is the damn Super Bowl, not the Tequila Cowboy. There aren't that many things that happen in life where you can instantly recognize that you will remember that moment for as long as you can remember things. This was one of those moments. What made it even better was that I shared it with my two uncles, who are the very reason that this channel exists. You're welcome. Who were you with? What do you remember about this moment? The reason sports are special is because, much like life, you don't know how things are going to turn out. You can go from the lowest low to the highest high in less than 2.5 minutes. You hope for the best, and it doesn't always work out. But man, when it does, you'll never forget where you were. I just want to say thank you to any and everyone who's made 5-Star Matchup what it's become. I'm incredibly thankful for all of your support, and I think I've got some really cool things planned for you in the future. Like I mentioned this week, it's going to be difficult to keep this thing growing in the off-season, so whatever you can do to help share over this stretch run would be appreciated tremendously. Thanks again, and talk soon. Here we go.